From secrets to scandals, the top 10 controversial moments in Hollywood. Hollywood is always on the news for the wrong reasons. It's either a case of rude celebrities or even more disturbing stories like sexual abuse and child trafficking. Want to know what's scary? A lot of these stories never make it to the news, but we have covered them in this video. Stay glued as we reveal the top 10 controversial moments that have left a scar in Hollywood. The first on the list is the popular and recent storm that blew away minds. I'm talking about the Diddy scandal. Sean Diddy Combs has been all over the media and in the mouths of people globally as he was recently accused of a crime. You would think it's the normal issue that comes with being a star, but prepare to be blown away. The indictment, which was unseated on September 17, 2024, alleged that Diddy led an establishment that was involved in a personal pattern of abuse towards women and other individuals from 2008 to the present. The key allegations include sex trafficking and forced labor, violence against women, kidnapping and bribery, and seizures during raids, which included items such as narcotics, firearms, and over 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricants. Baby oil? Did Diddy have an infant? Following his arrest, there have been revelations of wild parties known as freak-offs. Here, it was alleged that drugs and sexual misconduct were the order of the day. This was allegedly a gathering involving high-profile celebrities who are now scared of being called out in this ongoing investigation. During Diddy's court appearances, he pleaded not guilty to all charges, but was denied bail. Due to the severity of his case, he faces a possible life sentence if he gets convicted. What will become of the Hollywood star? Will he come out of this? Only time has an answer. Next up is the secret society that many believe Hollywood celebrities all belong to. This is the Illuminati in Hollywood. When was the first time you heard about the Illuminati, and what's your take on it? Well, the Illuminati is believed to be a strong body of people who engage in rituals and actively use symbolism to secure their fame and success. Even without concrete evidence to support these accusations and claims, many have refused to accept that all the success in the entertainment industry is due to hard work. Several Hollywood celebrities have been accused of being members of this clandestine group, including Jay-Z, Rihanna, Lady Gaga, Kanye West, and many others. These celebrities share similarities when it comes to their lifestyle, and this birthed the theory that many are working with. Many speculate that these celebrities use symbols representing the pyramid, occultic symbols, and many more. Even a child of one of these stars wasn't spared. Do you know who? If you guessed Blue Ivy, the daughter of Jay-Z and Beyonce, then you are right. She wasn't spared, as the public strongly believes that her name means born living under evil, Illuminati's very youngest. Despite the fact that the Illuminati in Hollywood lacks evidence, the conspiracy theorists continue to run with this narrative. Do you have an idea what can be used to curb or stop this narrative? Up next is the rumored affair between Marilyn Monroe and President John F. Kennedy. This was quite a scandal, as the alleged relationship between Marilyn Monroe and President John F. Kennedy has been made a subject of many films and biographies. The interesting thing here is that all of these highlight the death of Marilyn Monroe shortly after their affair. What do you think caused her death? Their relationship was said to have officially begun in March 1962 when they spent a weekend together at Bing Crosby's Palm Springs home. Monroe, who was well aware of Kennedy's marital status, believed that he would leave his wife, Jackie Kennedy, for her. She would even ask her friends if they couldn't see her as First Lady. At the time, Monroe calls Jackie to confess the affair, and it is a messy one, as Jackie mocks Monroe. Jackie said Monroe could marry Kennedy, move into the White House, become First Lady, and she, Jackie, would move out so that Monroe could have all the problems. Amidst all this, there is a truth that still seems to be hidden. Official reports state that Monroe had died from an overdose. but others have speculated that the timing of her death was suspicious, as she could have been killed due to her knowledge of sensitive matters of the Kennedy family, or she was killed to cover up politically for Kennedy, given their affair. Perhaps if Marilyn had been quiet about her affair with Kennedy, she wouldn't have died. Or what do you think? This brings us to the next item on the menu, the mystery of Heath Ledger's death, Joker. Ledger's death in 2008 came as a huge shock to everyone, and reports stated that he died from an accidental overdose of prescription medication. The Australian actor, who was widely known and celebrated for his role as the Joker in The Dark Knight, was found dead in his apartment by his masseuse, who had arrived for a scheduled appointment. She claimed to have found the actor lying unresponsive and tried reviving him before calling emergency services. Unfortunately, by the time they arrived, Ledger had been dead for a while. By this time, I bet she was scared of being misjudged. Thankfully, she wasn't held responsible for his death, following the fact that she was with him, and this was because an investigation was conducted. A proper investigation into the cause led to the New York City Medical Examiner's Office concluding that the actor died from acute intoxication. The combined effects of the medications he took caused his death. These medications he combined were a result of his mental health struggles. The actor, before he died, had been struggling with insomnia and anxiety, so he used these medications to help himself. Do you think something smells fishy here? I mean, who gave him the prescription? Was his death orchestrated? You might think you've seen or heard it all until you hear the story of Charlie Sheen's breakdown. Hollywood witnessed an interesting moment in 2001 thanks to the breakdown of Charlie Sheen. His story fits the description of personal demons, as he had lots of them. Sheen caused so much trouble with his unpredictable behavior and disturbing interviews. Ever heard or seen someone who possessed tiger blood? Sheen claimed to have the blood of a tiger. He claimed he was bi-winning, and this was his definition of his success and addiction wins, meaning his addiction didn't stop him from being successful. Unfortunately, his battles with mental health issues and addictions led to his dismissal from the hit television show 2.5 Men. Charlie Sheen's breakdown was a call for discussions concerning mental health awareness in Hollywood. This just goes to show how alarming his case was. Mental health professionals also emphasized the need for Sheen to stay away from the media, as the attention gotten from there could obstruct his recovery. If you could be seen in Sheen's shoes, would you have been able to stop your addictions from ruining your life and career? On to the one-time hit scandal that caused emotions and reactions to The Fly, the Will Smith and Chris Rock slap thing. At the 2022 Oscars, emotions were stirred, and this caused reactions that came with severe consequences. Imagine someone walking up to you and landing a heavy slap on your face. How would you react? During a live broadcast of the 94th Academy Awards on March 27, 2022, Chris Rock made a joke about Will Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, regarding her shaved head. He further went ahead to compare her to Demi Moore's character, G.I. Jane. This was quite an extreme joke, don't you think so? People thought all was well, given that Will Smith initially laughed at the joke until they saw him walk up to the stage and slap Rock. After this, he stepped back to his seat and screamed at Rock to keep his wife's name out of his mouth. Will Smith considers the joke as an insensitive one, given the fact that his wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, had been open about her battle with alopecia, which caused her hair loss. This incident caused a huge stir in the Hollywood industry. Smith made several apologies, but that didn't stop the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences from banning him from attending Academy events for 10 years. Coming next is the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard story. This one is a case of an abusive relationship. Both parties began the relationship journey in 2012 and in 2015. They believed it was time and they tied the knot. However, it was later discovered that from the onset, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard had an unstable relationship, one that had physical abuse fly in every corner. Barely a year after they got married, in May 2016, Heard filed for a divorce and got a restraining order against Depp with claims that he abused her throughout the relationship. If you claim he was abusive, then why get married only to divorce a year later? Depp later sued Heard on the grounds of defamation over an op-ed she wrote for the Washington Post. She had described herself as a public figure who represents domestic abuse. Depp's name wasn't mentioned, but he claimed the article damaged his career and reputation. It was quite a messy one. Now we have Epstein Island of Jeffrey Epstein. This was another controversy that made waves around the media. It started when Epstein's Island, Little St. James, became swarmed with allegations of scandals and illicit activities. The bad thing is, it didn't stop there. Popular and powerful figures in the entertainment industry were dragged into it as they started getting scrutinized. I wonder what the names of these people are. If you have any ideas, tell us in the comment section. This was because Epstein was familiar with many celebrities, hence the raised eyebrows. There were even reports of Epstein claiming he used his connections with Harvey Weinstein to impress young women. This relationship caused a stir, and it made people view it as a network that exploited vulnerable people. The rumors surrounding Epstein's Island and its affiliation with top Hollywood stars raised questions about the ethical conduct in the industry. What do you think were the happenings that occurred on Epstein's Island? Let's move on to Alec Baldwin's Rust shooting incident. Hollywood recorded a tragic incident on October 21st, 2021. There was an accidental shooting on the set of Rust, which ended in the death of the cinematographer Halyna Hutchins. Alec Baldwin, who was behind this, faced a series of backlash for negligence. Baldwin was charged with involuntary manslaughter and faces a sentence of 18 months in prison if he gets convicted. He has, however, pleaded not guilty, claiming that he didn't pull the trigger but drew back its hammer. Why handle a gun so carelessly in a gathering of people? This tragic incident has caused reactions and discussions, all having the same output, which is the safety practices in film production. It has led to better accountability for people who are responsible for ensuring safety. But the question is, did these actions calm the bereaved? I believe you know the answer. And now, the last on this list is the Kevin Spacey's sexual misconduct allegations. Just like many others, this case aroused suspicions of sexual harassment in Hollywood. Kevin Spacey's career was thriving until he got accused of sexual misconduct by different people, which included underage. This caused him to be taken off major projects such as House of Cards and All the Money in the World. These multiple charges led him to being tried in the UK, where he pleaded not guilty. He asserted that every interaction was purely consensual. This case caused a movement that raised concern for the accountability of powerful figures in Hollywood. It seems like sexual scandals won't be ending anytime soon. Which of these events are you familiar with? And do you think they are the most scandalous moments in Hollywood history? What secrets are we yet to cover about Hollywood? Let us know in the comment section. See you in the next video.